Hi there, it's Anil here. Today I'm going to share with you the importance of getting your organization structure drawn up and how that will not only help you with your current team and the performance of your current team, but how it will really help you to grow your business. All right, you can see that I'm actually sitting at my desk today and I'm recording this on my computer because I want to share my screen with you. Because I want to show you the fundamental functions within an organization, but also why it's so important to get it onto paper or onto some sort of a tool, whether it's the tool that I'll show you, which is called Smart Draw, or whether it's PowerPoint or Word document, whatever it is. I'm going to show you the basics of an organization chart, but also some more complex examples of clients that I'm working with at the moment. And I think it'll really illustrate why it's so important to get your organization structured down onto some sort of visual diagram. So I'm just going to share with you my screen. Okay, all right, so you can see up on the screen is a tool that I'm using called Smart Draw. Now, I just want to show you firstly what a basic organization structure looks like and the key functions. And then I'll show you some client examples. Now, you can see here, I'll cover off these two roles in a minute, but the four key roles within an organization are these. It's marketing, sales, operations, and then finance and admin. Now, I'm not going to go through it in too much detail, but as you probably understand, marketing is all about getting inquiries and leads in the door. Sales is all about converting those. Operations is all about making sure the work gets done. And then finance and admin means making sure that the bills are, the invoices are sent, bills are paid, you understand your numbers, and all the back office is done properly, all right? Now, as you can see, and you can probably zoom in on this later if you want to have a look, but the tool that I use it allows not just to put the functional roles in place and who's filling them, but it also allows me to actually list down the key responsibilities of each of those roles. So in the marketing area, you can see it's marketing strategy and planning, branding, lead generation, and tracking your marketing ROIs, return on investment, for example. Sales, once again, you can go through that later. And above these four functional roles, there's a general manager, and then there's an owner. All right. Now, don't be worried if you're thinking, well, wait a minute, my organization's not that big. I don't have a general manager. These aren't all full-time roles in every business. Now, some businesses do have a full-time general manager, but what this is showing you is all the hats that you might be wearing as the owner. You've obviously got this hat up here, and as the owner, you set the vision and direction, the strategic plan for the business. As you get team on board, it's about making sure there's the right culture, that everyone's working properly and they're behaving in the way that you want them to. And you're obviously out there developing strategic relationships. But then in addition to that, you need to manage all of these functions, making sure that all of these different functions are getting done. So you need to manage your managers if you have them. You need to keep them accountable. You need to have regular meetings and so on. All right. So, and it'll become a lot clearer when I show you some of the examples. But just keep in mind that if it's just you in the business, then you're wearing probably lots of hats or all of these hats. Now, I just caught up with a client this morning, and this prompted me to record this. He runs a manufacturing business, and it turns over about 1.5 mil. And he's obviously in these two roles here, and he's also in the sales role, which a lot of owners are. They're in that quoting role, and then they're the ones that meet the person in the first place, do the quote. He's got someone in operations. He's got a lady in finance and admin. But what was missing in his organization, his company, is the marketing area. All right. So now he's starting to work with a marketing agency that can help become his outsourced marketing department. All right. And I think that's really been what has been holding him back, is that just a consistent flow of leads and proper branding and awareness out there in the market. Okay, so that's just an example of the importance of thinking about who fills these roles in your organization. And the person that fills these roles really needs to take responsibility and ownership over each of these roles. Now, I'm going to just share with you a couple of different examples of more complex structures. Now, this here is a client of mine that runs a commercial building business. He obviously is here, the owner, he's the general manager. Now, I'm in here to support him because he's not really that detailed focused. You know, he prefers to be up here and just set the vision, and he prefers to be here and just focus on business development. And then he's got people in an operations role. He's got a separate admin role, very important in that business, and separate finance. And now I'm here to really help support him and help manage all of these people down here, okay, and keep them accountable. Now, if you scroll down, you know, you can see there's a structure there, and it's all about getting things out of your head. It helps people in your organization become a lot clearer on what's expected of them, what they're responsible for, how their performance will be measured. But it also helps you really get clear on how many hats you're wearing. Now, this other example I'll bring up quickly is another client of mine who imports equipment, installs it, services it, and obviously they've got to sell hardware and that type of thing. And when we put together their organization chart, you can see that the owner, one of the owners, it's a husband and wife team, he's the general manager, but he's also, even though he's got some team leaders in these sales roles, they don't take the full responsibility of that function. So he's still stepping in there as the sales manager for that area and also this area. Plus he dabbles in IT, and similar, his wife is, you know, the marketing manager, but she's also the finance manager, the HR coordinator. And I think it's really helped them get clear on the reason why they're so busy. So it's now an opportunity to start delegating a lot of those, you know, some of those roles. Now, so that's one reason to get things out of your head and onto paper. It's about understanding the structure, what people are responsible for. But then another example is I've got a client, I haven't drawn this one up, but I've got another client who runs a landscaping business. And let's say they're turning over a 1 mil. They want to grow to $3 million in turnover each year. So what this process has allowed them to do is map out the organization to not only what it looks like now, but what it looks like when it's doing $2 million in turnover, and what it looks like, or what it will look like when it's doing $3 million in turnover. And the great thing about that is it's working out who can step up, what roles need to be, do we need to start thinking about and putting the feelers out there about finding the right people for different roles. Maybe it's not the role that they need to fill in 3 years' time, but it may be a role now, but with a view to moving them up into more senior roles down the track. So it's about finding the right people now with the longer term in mind. All right, so I'll just stop that share. So hopefully that, you know, you enjoyed that. You really got the appreciation of why it's important to get things out of your head onto paper, especially this organization structure, really understanding, no, you don't need to do detailed job descriptions. It's really the first step is working out the 3 to 5 to 7 key responsibilities for each of those roles, putting it down, getting it clear yourself, being able to then share that with your senior team and throughout the whole organization. And it's amazing how much more clarity, accountability, and better expectations you'll set for everyone. All right, so let me know if you need a hand with anything. Happy to do a session to draw up that type of organization structure for yourself and talk about, you know, how the business can grow and support that, looking at your financials and profitability. All the best, and I'll speak to you very soon.